So back when Baldoni first started to fight back, right? Blake dropped her complaint. She went to the New York Times, and her California Human Rights Department complaint turned into a legal complaint in court. Then Brian Friedman, on behalf of Baldoni, starts fighting back and getting some of this more exculpatory stuff out into the press. And then her side came out and amended their complaint, alleging that, without naming them, there were two women, two actresses, who also raised concerns with Lively and with the production company over Baldoni's, quote, unwelcome behavior during filming. They say the experiences of Lively and others were documented at the time they occurred, starting in May of 2023. He knew that women other than Ms. Lively also were uncomfortable and had complained about his behavior. And they write, more importantly, defendants' false narrative crumbles under the indisputable truth that Ms. Lively was not alone in complaining about Mr. Baldoni and raised her concerns contemporaneously as they arose in 2023. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I don't know who the other woman is, but I know one of them now is Jenny Slate, who played Alyssa in this movie. I haven't seen the movie. But Jenny Slate is in these text messages with Blake Lively. And I'm going to read you what they say. She says that, hold on, it starts on this other article. She described the shoot as really gross and disturbing. This is in a message sent to a confidant, I think to Jenny's agent. According to court records revealed by the Daily Mail, the 43-year-old actress was questioned about those texts during her deposition in September. During the deposition, attorneys reviewed messages that Jenny Slate, who played Alyssa, sent to her former agent, in which she criticized Baldoni and other producer Jamie Heath, his partner. In one message, Slate wrote, "It's like fascinating and also so shitty. Justin and Jamie are truly unfit." She also referenced Lively repeatedly, expressing concern for her friend and colleague while filming under Baldoni's direction. "I'm not scared or anything, just repulsed and deeply irritated. And I know Blake is experiencing it on a much more serious level. He is worse than most of the bros I've encountered," she wrote about Baldoni, adding that she viewed him as a false ally and rejected what she described as his male feminist image. She called Heath truly unprofessional. "Justin and Jamie freaked me out," she added, claiming they told really weird lies and that Baldoni was astoundingly wrong-headed. Well, I'm very interested to know what the hell happened between Baldoni and Jenny Slate. Yeah. The Daily Mail goes on to report what we think it is. Here it is. Alarming behavior. She texted with Lively about it. Okay, it's Lively and Jenny texting back and forth. And this appears to be Lively texting, "You, Jenny, were standing there for the thing he said to me when he said, 'I look hot.' I said, 'That's not what I'm going for.' And he said, 'Okay, sexy.' Then he made a joke, asked if he crossed a line, and I said, yes, he must have missed the sexual harassment meeting." That's big incident number one.
He's a director in a sexy movie. I mean, in some context, that would be not okay. And maybe it was inappropriate. Maybe it had nothing to do with the movie. But they are making a movie where there's love scenes. She has to look sexy. Yes. It's not like, you're,
Eiglarsh,
you know?
You got to get the smelling salts over to Geragos because he's not able to handle this level of raciness.
My God, you look hot. Oh, I may never recover.
How dare he say that to her? Yeah.
Right. So now this to me is Blake Lively trying to get, nobody knows who the hell Jenny Slate is, but it would be very good for Jenny Slate to be in good with Blake and Ryan. So this is her reaching out to a lesser known, being like, "Remember, you were there when he said the truly offensive thing to me?" And by the way, it sounds like Blake Lively laughed it off. "Yeah, you must have missed the sexual harassment training," which is something a woman can do, but obviously did not put him on notice that he had deeply offended her. Then the text turned to another alleged exchange, per the Daily Mail, where Lively and Slate discuss their admiration for Britney Spears before Baldoni reportedly made what Slate called a, quote, disturbing comment. So Jenny Slate is disturbed by what happened here. Okay, my God, what did he say? Walk us through it. What did he say about poor Britney Spears and all her troubles? Okay, here's Blake. And then later, when you said, I think this is Blake saying to Jenny. Yeah, it's Blake. And then later, when you said you used to stare at Britney Spears' midsection for hours before you finished and said what an athlete she was and how remarkable she seemed as a young girl, he jumped in and said, same, and giggled. But then I rolled when we just looked at him. You need the smelling salts again?
Right.
Okay, literally, her name is Slate. You want to call her blank slate for a lot of reasons, because this is literally maybe the most unhinged kind of misinterpretation I've ever seen or heard. It's really, I don't know how they do it with a straight face.
It's possible. It's made up.
But hold on.
Wait, Mark. Yeah. Let me read you this, Eiglarsh, and then I
always like to take the other side.
I know you do. You're very
just to keep it balanced, folks.
Yes.
Come on, go ahead.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. But I'm making it hard for you. But here's how Slate replied to that text from Lively about the deeply offensive Britney Spears same comment, and then a giggle, and then an eye roll. My God,
that's a microaggression.
It's a giggle and an eye roll. So Slate replied, yes, exactly. Those are two perfect examples. The first one, which was the alarming behavior about you look hot.
Right.
The first one, she writes, is an example of a total overstep and unwanted comment. The second, which is the giggle and same about admiring Britney Spears' midsection, is such a great example of how now I just feel inclined to shut down because I don't want to invite any other comments from him. It's just gross and stupid. I shut down Mark Eiglarsh because of the Britney Spears midsection admiration.
All right, you guys ready for the other side? Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's possible, and you would concede, it's possible that she really does find this inappropriate, that it really does genuinely bother her. And then now you've got somebody else corroborating that what he said really was said, and that they also found it to be inappropriate. And that's not going to bode well for him. Now, that said, hold on now. Don't you interrupt me.
Can I just ask you a question?
What I'm saying is that maybe a movie.
Wait, hold that thought, Geragos.
Maybe a movie where you're having fake sexual relations with this guy you disdain may not be the strongest choice for you. Maybe there's some Disney movies you should probably be on the set with where no one's going to say you're hot. You know, and take it out of context.
The remake of Little House on the Prairie, perhaps.
Well, that's a different case, but
that's actually gone south too. Yes, go ahead.
But my question for you, Mark Eiglarsh, as you're making this rather heroic defense of the indefensible, is if you're saying that the two people met and they both agree and they're getting some kind of sustenance emotionally from their Venn diagram overlap, basically your argument is unhinged and unhinged equals hinged, because there is no way that in a rational society with rational discourse that is overstepping the line. You have really kind of, I think, elevated kind of psychosis to be normal.
I disagree. And I think Megyn would back me up on this. In certain contexts, someone saying you're sexy when you don't want him to say that, or making comments like that, can be very offensive.
When it's your boss.
Okay, and isn't he? Keep going. Have my back on this, Megyn. Come on.
Megyn, how many times did that happen?
Hold on, Geragos.
This has literally happened to me.
She's going to help me. Here we go. Here we go, Megyn. Let's go.
Yes, as it's already been made public what happened at Fox News, but Roger Ailes literally did say, I bet you look super sexy in your bra. It's like, okay.
How'd that make you feel?
That's definitely not appropriate comment.
How did that make you feel?
Not great.
Hot. Yeah, I mean,
awkward AF, as they say.
There you go.
But yeah, no, when it comes from your boss, who's clearly got power over you, he's the most powerful man in the industry,
director.
and you're a nobody in the industry, that's all problem. Oh, please, the power.
He's the one telling you what to do. The director on the set is not like the boss on the set.
You know, I often think of my...
She was the producer, and a far bigger star, Geragos. You're a Hollywood man. Explain to Eiglarsh how it works.
Let me just explain something to you, because, you know, back when Harvey first started having all of his troubles, Weinstein, Ben Brofman, who's a good friend of mine, once said, you know, for decades in Hollywood, there's been this casting couch, and there is a whole kind of culture, if you will, and it's horrible, but it was condoned. And I understand that, and nobody's defending any of that. But set that aside for a second. If we've reached the point in society where you look hot has caused you this kind of emotional distress, all I can think of is my grandmother, who fled the genocide, was in a Turkish orphanage, somehow escaped and made it to America, and had my dad when she was 14. I can't imagine if I told her that, if she was here today, and it's my dad's birthday, even though he's passed away, she would look at me like I had lost my mind.
I would agree with you if that was the only allegation. But you take that coupled with everything else, and I'm not saying it can be proven or it's legitimate. I'm just saying there's more to it. And you now have someone backing her up.
There is. He looked at
Britney
Spears' midsection, which, along with 25 million other people.
Same. But don't forget the eye roll, the giggle and the eye roll, Geragos.
Yes, which
don't straw man it.
Okay.
There was a giggle.
Thank you.
Followed by the eye roll. Okay, here is what an eggshell plaintiff Blake Lively is. I mean, like, just the tap on the head, and she's got some sort of a skull fracture. This full message about the dragons has now come out. I don't know that I'd seen the entire thing, but it is the most pathetic little display. I'm going to read you part of it. This is from her to Justin. As for Blank and Ryan, and Blank for that matter, I think Taylor is one of the people she's referencing here. I'm the luckiest mother Blank, I think it's effer, on the planet to have them as my dance moms level stage moms. They are embarrassingly effusive. That said, they're also my most trusted partners and the people I go to first with anything creative I touch, and I'm the person they each go to first. That reciprocal creativity and support has been one of my life's greatest gifts and most fulfilling gifts. When they loved and signed off on the pages that she wrote, she's saying, I felt good to send them to you. They asked what you thought specifically after. They checked in so many times. I told them that you laughed a bunch and said, it's probably a blend, but you appreciate my passion so much. Which, of course, didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution, or even just that you didn't like the pages, which was fine also. So this is yet another egregious barbaric behavior by him, Geragos.
I could hardly sent him her rewrites. Eiglarsh to the rescue. Mark, please.
This is not you look sexy. This is
passion.
Different. Go on. Yeah.
Dance moms didn't like it, and neither did Blake. What's with the passion? Then she goes on. I'm going to give you a little more. So I think they wanted you and me to see how they felt about the work, because they've been by my side for far too many experiences where I've been overlooked. I spoke to you about this when we first met. They've watched me handwrite scripts because the director is too afraid to send the file. Yet he scans and he has someone hand type all 120 pages of my pencil rewrites. They've watched me be hired as a writer and paid a significant fee for it, but on the condition that I never ask for credit, which I could give a shit about. I don't care. It's more the principle of the dynamic at play. They've watched the other side of it too, where I am told at signing that I am wanted as a true collaborator. But once we get to work, I'm really just wanted as a yes man audience and actor. Here we go, big finish. Both Ryan and something blacked out have established themselves as absolute titans and writers and storytellers outside of their primary gig, just singing or just acting. Obviously, the blacked out name is Taylor, or just directing. I'm so lucky to have them as creative barometers, but also to have them as the people who prop me up and make sure I am seen for all I can and all I do offer.
All right.
Because they know firsthand all that I contribute. They also know I'm not always as good at making sure that I am seen and utilized for fear of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give a shit about that. And because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. And then there is the...
Oh, boy. All right.
If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones...
There's more?
I know, this is it.
No, I have a strong feeling about this.
You'll appreciate...
Yeah, you do?
Yeah.
You'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi. And like her, I happen to have a few dragons for better or for worse, but usually for better. Because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine.
God.
You will
now there's
too.
an English accent here or something. What is it?
You.
Yeah.
That's everything. This is an absurd person.
Okay, hold on.
Absurd person.
I have
Go
strong
ahead,
feelings,
Mark Eiglarsh.
very strong feelings. It's not going to be what you think. These are very damaging for Lively. Because if I'm cross-examining her, now you have motive. This isn't about you look sexy, you're uncomfortable on the set. This is I'm pissed off because of other reasons. And now you can easily point to a motive. She's upset about so many other things that she's then picking the lane, the harassment. Again, this is the argument. I don't know if that's what she's doing, but harassment and his words are so terrible. But it really is about so many other issues, not getting the credit, not getting the ego tapped, all that other stuff. I think it's going to be easy to cross-examine her.
Well, yeah, just ask a question.
I think it's going to be super fun.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, all you got to do is ask a question because this is damaged goods.
A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. Will this be the year you decide to talk to somebody from Birch Gold Group? You know, you've been thinking about it. They use an educated approach with a deep understanding of macroeconomics. There are forces pushing the dollar lower right now and gold higher, which is why they believe every American should own physical gold. So until January 30th, if you are a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, just text MK to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you are still eligible for a rebate of up to $10,000. Consider making right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to $10,000 when you buy by January 30th. Text MK to the number 989898 and claim your eligibility today. Again, text MK to 989898 now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.